the man, the myth, the cult movie legend, Bruce Campbell is here in our studio. Oh, what else can we say besides groovy? Plus, the world's largest NES controller? Oh, that's so a few months ago. We're into smaller these days, man. Get with it. And since Chris Gore is here anyway, we might as well have him review some DVDs. After all, it is DV Tuesday now. Hail to the king, baby. It's Attack of the Show. All right, just over a month ago, Attack of the Show made history by securing the world record for the largest game controller with our giant NES controller. Look at that. That's a beauty, isn't it? Don't fondle the controller, Chris.
I want to see if I can hook up this bad boy to my original NES, the Rob. Remember the Rob?
You would have.
No one else remembers the Rob.
You're such a nerd. No one's old enough to remember the Rob out there.
I am.
No, I definitely remember the Rob. It's awesome. But what do you think of this bad boy? This isn't.
I love it.
It's impressive, right? Have you had a chance to play with it yet?
I'm going to give it a ride, I think.
Okay, how about you just push the buttons and play a game with it and stop creeping out the audience at home, Chris?
Okay.
Jeez, all show long. All right. Well, apparently you haven't heard the Last of Us record books this time. We're taking it to the opposite end of the spectrum. Please welcome our world record-holding engineer. You do have a world record for this, don't you?
Yes, I do.
David Randolph. David, thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
I'm glad the viewers at home finally get to see you because you really were the mastermind behind this controller. Excellent work. It was a big hit at E3. Everybody loved it. But now you've got something new up your sleeve, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so tell us about it. Apparently, this is it right here.
Yeah.
It's almost easy to get lost on the table, but look, there it is. Size of my finger. What is that?
It's a little bit wider than an inch, about the total mass of a quarter.
This is an actual functioning controller.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Up, down, left, right, start, select, A and B.
All right, so every button works, and so this is a tiny little bad boy here, but what's in the box? What's this connected here? Are you cheating? Is this where the smoke and mirrors begin, David?
I'm cheating just a little bit.
All right, why?
Basically, the chip that's inside of the original NES controller is a little bit larger than my actual controller, so I had to put it somewhere else.
Gotcha. So this is what's inside of. This is a regular NES controller. Inside we have this, and that's the chip that you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's basically hiding it in there.
All right. So now, what do you do to actually build one of these? What steps do you have to go through?
Well, I have to make a PCB out of this to actually make it all work.
Okay.
And basically, a PCB is a printed circuit board.
Right. Now, to make one of those, you need a clean room and radioactive suits, and it needs to be all white, dust-free, something like that, right?
No, pretty much the most expensive tool you need is an iron.
Okay, an iron. So how does that work, really?
Well, basically you need some paper, which is basically press and peel paper.
Okay.
And you're going to print on it the actual image that you want to put on the circuit board.
Okay, so this is what is comprised of our tiny little NES controller. This is
just a little bit smaller.
Okay. We pop it on there.
Plop it on there, and then you go ahead and iron it out.
Now, is there a particular setting you like on the iron?
I like
David?
polyester. It's coming back.
Good. Okay, good. Good.
So, working with that. And basically, you're going to end up with piece of copper with this little pattern on it.
Okay.
And you're going to soak it inside of PCB etching solution. And basically, this stuff will eat straight through you, so be careful.
All right, you look like the bad guy from RoboCop.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha. So don't play with the acid. And now the acid is strong enough to eat through copper, but not through printer toner.
Exactly. It's one of those magical things of electronics.
Right. Okay. So this is the circuit board with the ironed on, and this is it after you've soaked it in acid. And this is after you've cleaned off the ink from it, correct?
Right. Just use a Brillo pad or some sandpaper, and it gets rid of the toner.
Very nice. All right, so you're done with that, and now what's the next step?
Well, the next step is I got to figure out how to make the buttons work. And basically, I did that by just taking a piece of paper and cutting out little holes for where the buttons are.
Okay.
And then I put that down on top of the PCB. And then I take this simple printout here that I made. It's nice and pretty. It's got all the buttons and everything we want on it. And I cover the back of it with this copper leafing.
Okay, and the copper leafing, once you push down, it pushes the leafing through the holes, the spacers that you've built, and that's what makes the contact to trigger the circuit, right?
Exactly.
Very nice. So how much time, what are we talking about? Time and money-wise?
Well, a person can do this in about 8 hours.
Really?
It's not that hard, so it's definitely a project worth trying for.
Very nice. And you've given them everything they need to do it pretty much on our website, right?
Complete articles, tons of warnings, everything you need to know.
Very nice. David, you have outdone yourself yet again, but we did have one more thing. Chris brought this in. We washed it first, but is there anything perhaps you can do with this bad boy? I don't know if you can dream up anything.
I think I can come up with something a little bit evil for it.
Let's see it, David. Let's go. Mob that thing. Get that zapper going. In the meantime, Chris Gore's been talking a little trash since he got his hand on the big controller.
That's right.
So I think it's time to put you in your place.
Let's do it.
Dr. Gore. So we fired up on the NES. We've got the track and field going.
Yeah.
The controller is so small, folks, that I have to play with these tiny, tiny little sticks here These are the only way I can trigger the thing, so let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Okay, good. You ready?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Here we go.
I'm ready to put you in place. Let's go. All right. So we're going to do a little 2-player 100-meter dash here.
You ready?
I am getting ready. I hope my sticks are in the right spot. Hold on. And don't jump the gun, Gore. Ready? Go.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right.
Hold that little thing.
Ah, come on. Come on.
Come on.
Run.
I'm
hitting it.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
You stop too. Yeah, what's the matter with you? Hold on. You got a cramp, but I still have potential. Hold on. Make it dramatic for television. Stall. Stall, Gore. Stall. Make it dramatic for...
No! In your face, KP! I beat you! I beat you!
This controller sucks! David! Sorry. It's actually... No, it totally works. I'm not really good.
Really? Really? Do we have time for a rematch?
We don't have time for a rematch.
We don't have time for a rematch?
Nope. I'll let you go out on top. That's fine. There you have it. Wow. We've got extensive instructions and photos about making a tiny controller and printing your own circuit boards. You can find it all on our website, g4tv.com/AOTS. Just remember, folks, seriously, Chris Gore is a huge cheater. There's more Attack of the Show on the way, but whatever. I mean, if you want to go, you can go. We'll have fun without you. Because the feed is coming up, and it's bringing nachos, Chris.